Hi Earthlings, I'm Trice. Are you feeling stuck in the financial department? Do you want to attract more money in your life but feel like it just won't flow in? Well, I have this magical 3-step formula that it will bring 5,000, 20,000, $250,000 fast. And you'll see how if you aren't doing this, you will easily be blocking abundance from your life. Before we get started, I do have to do a teeny disclaimer. When you start hearing these points, they are going to seem so freaking obvious. You're going to be like, that's it. But I'm going to share 3 stories. One, how I attracted 5,000, how a client attracted 20,000, and how I lost at least $250,000 just because I wasn't doing these 3 steps. And I'm a financial planner. I feel like I got money on my mind all the time, and I was still making this mistake. The first step of the secret formula to manifest all the money that you want is that you have to know what you want. I know, blah, 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 blah. We've heard that before, but you have to specifically know what you want. And just saying, I want $1 million, I want to earn more money, that's not really what you want. Money is the middleman. We always want something that's on the other side of money. The only thing that's fun about money is that it shifts shapes and gives us exactly what we want. When I had my client do this, she's like, I want my beautiful new yard landscaped. She moved out to this farm and had a wide ocean space of land. Even that was not specific enough. What do you want this landscaping to look like? And she said, well, it's really flat. We live in Texas, and I want some hills to add some dimension to the yard and kind of protect the house. So hills are made of dirt. So she knew what she really wanted was some big piles of dirt. Now, immediately, her husband said, that's too expensive. That's $20,000 of dirt that you want. We can't afford that. But she did not let that bother her. She found a way to get her dirt for absolutely free, $20,000 absolutely free, by doing this next step. So before you continue, just hit pause. Ask yourself, what do you want? Then ask yourself, is that specific enough? If the universe gave you exactly what you asked for, in its current form that you asked for, would you be happy? It's time to sprinkle in the second ingredient, because now that you got your wish, it is going to materialize faster than you can say thank you. The second step to manifest all the money that you desire is to learn how to ask for what you want. Now, of course, this is easier to see how tricky this can be on a law of attraction success story. When I heard about the law of attraction the first time, I decided to go big, and I was going to manifest the Chanel J12 Chanel watch. It was $5,000, almost as much as my yearly rent. Now, the law of attraction says ask, believe, receive. So I was at the ask part, and then I got all frickin' tripped up. I was like, how the hell, with a straight face, am I supposed to ask for a $5,000 watch? And who the heck am I asking it for, from, who? All this was a mystery. But I said, these are the 3 principles, so I have to learn to find a way to ask for it. And at this time, I was working at a bar where everybody else wanted expensive watches. That's why I looked up the watch in the first place. So I just got comfortable just talking about it, how I would love to have it. And it was about this time I met a gentleman. We found that we had our birthdays in the same month. And I bought him this fancy camera, and he bought me a watch, a Rolex, because he asked me what I wanted. I said, oh, I love the Chanel J12. I know that's crazy. But he ended up buying me a Rolex, which was so sweet and so lovely. But the point was that I asked, and I could see that I was receiving. I received a watch. I didn't receive the J12 yet, but I did receive a watch. So I just kept following the path. And I was at a party. I saw a lady wearing it. I said, that is a very beautiful watch. I hope to own one someday. And lo and behold, my friend took me down to the jeweler and bought the watch for me. Now that seems easy peasy, just telling it back. But it was hard for me to learn how to ask. But learning this one cool trick has made it so much easier. I hide behind the truth. And what that looks like is I say, this might be an absurd request. Or I know this might sound crazy. I don't know how you'll take this. Whatever is true to your heart at that moment. Whatever is making it hard to say, I don't know how you'll react. Anything that's the truth that allows you to speak your desire and ask. Now my client, with her $20,000 of dirt, she literally just saw piles of dirt on the road. Did not know these people. Went home, baked some cookies, came back and said, hey, I see that you have a lot of dirt. If you ever want to get rid of it, will you please give me a call? Well, guess what happened about 1 month later? They rang her up. They said, darling. They probably didn't say darling, but they said, hello. We have that dirt that you asked for. Are you still in the mood to accept it? She said, I would love it. They said, well, we're going to do you one thing better. We're actually going to bring it over to your house and put it exactly where you want us to. This was exactly in line with her manifestation. Landscaping. She needed some mountains of dirt, and they did it all for free. Or you could say, because she asked, and sweetened the deal with a little bit of cookies. The crazy thing about us humans is we forget how all the magic is being created and stop doing that sometimes. And that's how I lost at least $250,000 by not asking. And it's a sneaky way that you might be doing in your own life. The third part of the secret formula to attract all the money that you desire is to internalize. That means, so it's in the core of your being, that you have absolutely nothing to lose. That only happens to us rarely sometimes. Yesterday, I was sitting down having a drink and about ready to go pick up my daughter, and my phone rang. My friend Adria was calling. And I picked it up and I said, hi, Aggie, it's Trice. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. And I said, oh, no, this is the perfect time. I'm just walking to pick up my daughter. And the lady on the phone said, oh, I'm sorry, this isn't Aggie. This is Lynn, and I'm calling to tell you that she has passed away. And I know we all die. I know we all change states. But have you had the experience where when it really happens, it becomes so unimaginable? All your fears just melt away. All your worries and pity parties that you were having that day seem insignificant. That is the gift that my friend Adria has left me with. Play hard. Leave it on the field. There is nothing to fear at all. And that's what stopped me from making at least $250,000. Because about a decade ago, I started my business, my financial planning company. And the first year I was in business, I advertised in the traditional ways. And oh my gosh, guys, it was so uncomfortable. I felt like I was dying. And each year in business after that, I was so grateful that I didn't have to go back to that first year. But what did I stop doing after that first year? Advertising. The whole business is built on referrals. I let slide by for a decade of time, sharing my gift with more people simply because I was afraid of asking for the business. I was afraid, how are people going to perceive me with this self-promotion business? That's sleazy and scummy. And all that was is a money block. So if you have been stuck in the same financial place for a long time, you might have a money block. I offer a free worksheet. It's in the description box below if you want to give it a try. After that money block popped into full light, I could see that I was also dissing the cardinal rule of law of attraction. I was not asking for what I wanted. I was not asking for more business. So ask yourself, have you done that? Have you been working in the same job but never asked for a raise or a promotion for fear that maybe you're not doing a good enough job, or there's 1,000 other people that are more qualified, or any of these types of things, then you're missing this secret step of learning how to ask. It's a skill. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. There's no way around that. But then it works so well, it becomes like a superpower. My client, the one that got the $20,000 of dirt, she had this personal trainer and money was drying up. So she could see that she wasn't going to be able to spend money on the personal trainer anymore. So she told him this. She's like, I love your sessions. How can we make a deal? And he's like, if you bring more clients, I'm happy to give you some free sessions. So she simply asked all her friends if they need any personal training. It all can come down to asking. And you know what shows stops asking? If you're an adult, if you're over the age of 20, the word no. Ooh, that shuts us down like no other. But I say, adopt the mindset of a child. Have you ever been around a child, them asking their mommy or daddy for something? They ask incessantly until you're whittled down to a little thread of yourself and you're saying, take it, just take it. Because they have not learned to see the word no as a personal sense of rejection. They haven't internalized that. I'm imagining they're saying, the more no's I get, the closer I get to yes, or something like that. Until next time, ciao.